Hi, my name is Alex Dudley, and I'm doing our exercise progression regression assignment today. So before I start with the exercises, I'm going to briefly explain the difference between open and closed kinetic chain. So an open kinetic chain, essentially the distal end of your limb that's exerting force is free to move in space, so it's not planted to any surface. The closed kinetic chain is the opposite. The distal end of your limb that's exerting force is exerting it against an immovable surface, such as the ground. So my first exercise is going to be the open kinetic chain. It's going to be upper body. I'm going to do a bench press. So to demonstrate that, that's my bench press. Now, to make this harder, I'm going to alter my base of support and change my center of gravity by making my center of gravity higher. So to do that, I'm going to take my feet from the ground and I'm going to move them up to the bench. So my base of support is now narrower and my center of gravity is higher. And that's now more difficult. Now, to make the bench press easier, I'm going to alter the weight and I'm going to move these plates from the bar. And back to my original position. I now have a lighter load, resistance, and that's easier. So for my lower body exercise in the open kinetic chain, I'm going to do a banded leg extension. So I've got a band set up here. I'm going to wrap it around my ankle and extend my knee. So to make this harder, I'm going to stand up. Again, this changes my center of gravity, also changes my base of support because I don't have the bench to lean on. And as you can see, it's a lot harder to extend my leg. To make this easier, I'm going to change the resistance arm. So when the band's down here, the length of the resistance arm is higher or longer, makes more force needed to exert it. By shortening the resistance arm, making it closer to both the axis and the force, this is significantly easier. So for my closed kinetic chain, I'm going to do a squat and a push-up, and I'm just going to spin myself around. So give me 1 sec here to go out of camera. Okay, so for the closed kinetic chain, my lower body, I'm going to do a squat. I know I said bench press, but I already did that, so I'm going to do a squat. I'm going to do a squat behind my back, so barbell's up, it's over my back, and I'm squatting. I'm moving, my legs are exerting the force against an immovable surface, which is the ground. So to make this harder, I'm going to change my center of gravity by bringing the barbell overhead. I've now made this, my center of gravity higher, makes it less stable, and I need to work a lot harder to maintain its ability to do that squat. Now to make this exercise easier, I'm just going to widen my base of support, get my feet out a little wider, and squat from there. And my final closed kinetic chain exercise for the upper body is I'm going to do a push-up. My arms are exerting force against the ground. So there's my push-up. To make this harder, I'm going to go one-handed, which changes my base of support. I'm having the two hands on the ground wide to making it narrow. As you can see, it's a lot harder. And finally, to make it easier, I'm going to change my center of gravity by going on my knees. And I have a lot more weight on the ground, so my center of gravity is lower, and that's a lot easier. And that's my exercise progression regression. Thank you.